Welcome to the Blind Loyalty Challenge. I am Amanda Cromhote from Truth Loyalty and the Blind Loyalty Trust. We interview world leaders in loyalty blindly. The challenge is about creating loyalty insight spontaneously and about a lot of fun. Simultaneously, it is about raising the awareness of the Blind Loyalty Trust, and 100% of the proceeds from my book, Blind Loyalty, 101 Loyalty Concepts Radically Simplified, go towards the trust. We hope you enjoy the Blind Loyalty Challenge. Welcome to another episode of the Blind Loyalty Challenge, which today connects Cape Town to Kuala Lumpur. And you'll see on the screen that Hemanth actually looks like he's in the cloud, even in the clouds, far above the clouds. But I'm introducing to you Hemanth Jayaraman, and he's from Malaysian Airlines. He's head of loyalty, their loyalty program, Enrich. You were tagged by Mark Ross Smith, so it's really, really super to have you here, and I'm looking forward to this conversation. Thanks for joining me.
Likewise. Thank you so much for the opportunity, Amanda.
So straight into it, your first question is set by Amanda Riki. She's also based actually in South Africa. She's a deep expert in customer experience. And her question is, how do you customer experience map every point of a loyalty program across the different channels to get the best experience for your customers?
Oh, that's an interesting one. We've actually just done a work around that. And I think for us, the way we think about membership when it comes to loyalty and how do we map their journey, it's really looking beyond travel. It's really looking beyond airline.
Mm.
And the way we map it from the time of acquisition and all the way down to the time of how do we retain them? Because what we've learned, or at least personally for me, acquisition really isn't a problem, but keeping them engaged and active becomes relatively hard, especially in a market like this where the competition is really high. So the
Yeah.
points that we look at and the view that we take at Enrich, the points is just not points anymore, and we don't even call it air miles anymore. We actually reframe our Enrich points as an alternate currency within our ecosystem. So getting members to start thinking, hey, do I pay with cash or do I use another form of cash, which is my points?
Yeah.
And we sort of map it through the consumer journey from flight search, flight purchase, all the way down to your car rentals, your insurance, anything and everything that you need when you're making a travel. So that's how we map our points to the customer journeys.
It's wonderful you've said it in that way. I've recently listened to Rory Sutherland on Let's Talk Loyalty, his interview with Charlie Hills, and he talked about how when he is using points for either upgrade, for example, or booking a hotel, it from a consumer psychology point of view just feels so much more affordable. So he says he will, if he had to pay for an upgrade, he probably wouldn't on some of the sectors, or pay for 3 nights away. He probably would like think twice about it. But if he can pay part cash, part miles, it's suddenly so affordable and so worth it. And so, from a consumer psychology point of view, it clinches the deal. So I love the positioning you've taken there because it matches exactly that point.
Nice. Yeah.
Yeah. Great. My second question is for you personally, as a professional in the loyalty industry, what has been your most exciting innovation you've seen in loyalty programs?
Um, and when you ask innovation, it's me personally within Enrich or what I've seen across
No,
the platform.
you as a customer, you as a loyalty professional. So either you've seen it because you're working in, or it could be in Enrich.
So what I find interesting in the loyalty space is how a lot of brands, this is not technically design or a program design. It's just the thinking of loyalty and how it's changing. And it sort of got me thinking, are we too late in the game? And a little bit of context behind this, Amanda. So I come from 30 over years in marketing field, and this is my first sort of gig in loyalty.
Hmm.
And I start thinking, if I place marketing and loyalty, the question that arises and that sort of rises in my mind is loyalty really the game or the objective? Or is it an output of something else that you do? And the more I get into the work and the more I look into how loyalties are evolving around the world, I am truly a hard believer now that loyalty is an output, but what we're really chasing after is relevance. And I always use personal experience about an automotive industry. Like I love a specific brand of a car, but the minute the car stops innovating and it stops giving me those gadgets that I really like, I'll stop buying the car. It doesn't mean I don't like it anymore, but I just
Yeah.
don't consume the product. So I might be loyal, but I might not be engaging or purchasing.
Mm.
So for me, it's all about chasing the relevance, which then loyalty follows as an outcome. So I think that was really insightful for me as an innovative mindset or mind shift when it comes to
Yeah.
loyalty.
And in fact, the first chapter in Blind Loyalty, I debate exactly that, customer loyalty versus loyalty programs, and exactly as you've just as you split them now. So
Yeah.
100%. My last question to you, chapter 61 in Blind Loyalty is around loyalty programs and the environment and sustainability. So how do you see loyalty programs showing up to help consumers along their journey with trying to help the environment and sustainability?
I guess the debate that we always have is green miles or green points, and how does that sort of translate back to sustainability or even the CSR efforts? I really don't think anyone's cracked that, to be honest, neither have we. But I think that sort of draws a bigger sort of question about how do I operate in a market where sustainability is not really a priority, but it's a check in a box? Even in bigger organizations like MNCs, which I've been part of before, sustainability always ends up being a check in the box, but not really a long-term
Mm.
play because of the investment required behind it. So to be honest, Amanda, we do think about it quite a bit. We did have a Green Points initiative in the past, but we sort of put it on hold because we can't be the only one doing it when the ecosystem is, I wouldn't say not connected, it's just not thought through as well as we
Yeah.
wanted to. So are we there? Are we doing anything? To be honest, we're not. Would we want to? Of course we do, but we really don't know what the end game looks like in
Yeah.
in doing that. So we sort of pivot into something else that is more fun. As you know, a lot of the airlines around the world, when the fleet sort of gets towards the end of their lease, we've got all the seat fabrics, we've got all the different materials from
Yeah.
cabin crew uniforms, which we sort of, in a very fun way, convert that into merchandise or materials, and a lot of loyal members want to collect them as a collector's item or whether
Beautiful.
as a memorabilia, and that works pretty well for us. So we sort of recycle them, but
Yeah.
it's very in pockets of initiatives.
Stunning. Absolutely stunning. I saw an example not too long ago, and the brand name has gone out my head, but forgive me, but it illustrates some of this is how a white goods appliance retailer uses its loyalty programs to say if you're a loyalty member and you've bought a fridge from us, or even if you haven't bought a fridge or a new microwave from us and you want to get rid of your old appliance, we'll incentivize you with with the loyalty program through the loyalty program to collect. We'll collect it because it's
Mhm.
such a drain on the environment. It's such a big problem for pollution for old appliances. So they collect it,
Yes.
they take that pain away and they reward you for it. And obviously, therefore, you're going back to your question about loyalty program versus loyalty. My mindset is more loyal to that brand and likely to buy from them when I next need the right appliance. Actually, from
Yeah.
the Philippines, that example's in the Philippines, so not too far away from you right now. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful. Thank you very, very much. Can you give me someone to talk to on a future blind loyalty challenge?
Oh, I'd love to. I have a really good buddy who works at Petronas, and
Yeah,
his name is Razak.
stunning. I will ask you to introduce me to Razak. Razak, I'm looking forward to putting you in the hot seat on the blind loyalty challenge. And a question, please, a question for a future guest.
Okay. If anyone who's working in a loyalty team or running a loyalty business, if there is one feature in their business that they need to remove that they feel is not really commercially viable, but it's something that a lot of people want, how would they approach it?
I love it. I feel like that's a problem you're facing maybe
I know,
somewhere.
I am.
Okay, I'll do my best to ask that quickly so I can get you the answer in the next few weeks.
Great.
Wonderful. Okay, Heyman, thank you so much. It's absolutely fabulous to connect with you, and thank you for doing the Blind Loyalty Challenge.
Thank you so much, Amanda.